Sharon is busted, guys. Sharon is busted. She always was, but now she took this one thing that makes her fly through anything. Hello gang, welcome to the channel, and today we're gonna go through a video about a paywall character, a character that you need to pay $20 or euro or whatever your currency is in front, and then get 10 tokens combined all together and buy this uniform, just this uniform. It's Sarah Rogers, original character of Marvel Future Fight, and this character has been a lot of uniforms, and she has exactly the same playstyle. I was really negative when, we saw that we're gonna get a uniform for Sharon, and then we saw that we're gonna get a uniform for Sharon, it's gonna be a paywall, and after I was like, it's gonna be a failure, so I don't care, it's a paywall, but people can easily avoid. But yeah, I was so negative, and then I tried the character, and guys, I'm gonna tell you, even if it feels like a copy-paste, exactly the same, there are some things that can make you buy the uniform if you are a fan of the gameplay, because I've seen a lot of people saying that she is new players friendly and stuff like that. No, she's not. You need to have knowledge of the game, you need to know specific things about your skill set, etc, etc. I'm gonna explain what I'm talking about. I'm gonna show you why she surprised me positive. She was pulling out a lot of damage, guys. She was pulling out a lot of damage, and she was able to do that before with the previous uniform, but now she has another weapon into her weaponry, and she can be easier to play. So before we go through the showcase and every detail I want to share, make sure that you have smashed the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and let me know down below in the comments how your Sharon Rogers looks like. Have you go level 80 or tier 4 with her? Did you bought the last uniform? What's your thoughts on Sharon generally? Have you tried the character? How you feel about the character? And yes, here we are to talk about this topic. So let's start from the things that didn't change. Her kit is exactly the same. There is no difference, equipping this uniform. You're gonna find out there are exactly the same things. There are some passives getting better, but you can see, all the numbers, all the skill set, the accumulation of damage taken, it's here. Here tier 4 skill has a proc, the tier 4 skill has the proc right now again, 30%, 35% heal, 35% heal again. You can see it's exactly the same. The only thing that matters and actually changed on this character is her tier 4, her 4th skill being a V-pad. So with the 4th skill you can go around and avoid things that can kill you. So because she has, it's the only character actually not being able to use on PvP. Like Carnage, like Luke Cage, they both have accumulation of damage taken, but they both are good for PvP. Sarah Rogers is good only for one thing. I made a video a couple of days ago to showcase about all the winter uniform, and my opinion about Sharon does not change. It's exactly the same. She is one pony, one trick pony. She can do exactly the same thing over and over, and the better you do that, the better she's going to perform, or she's going to be really bad. And this is the bad thing with her. So what are you reading here is that she accumulates pure damage up to 15% of max HP. This max HP means your HP pool. So to make her work better, you need to stack her up with HP through the uniform options. Here I don't have this. I have this. I have it as HP. As you can see, my character is level 80, 74,000 HP. So what you're gonna see has to do with a level 80 with 70k HP. If you have more HP, you are able to accumulate even more damage. So the more HP your character has and the more damage he gonna take while you have your 3rd skill up, the more damage he gonna produce. That's what this means. Accumulation on damage taken means that The more damage you get, the more damage you produce. And this was an issue before because you had to stay using, you know, her main rotation, it's 3, enable the accumulation, cancel into 5th skill. The 5th skill needs a small delay, but you can also really fast cancel it. And then 4th skill. Before, with your 4th skill, you had to stand still there and cast all the 4th skill. So if the boss went into a weird phase or a phase that can kill you instant with an attack, you know, you couldn't move. If you move, you lose the damage. So now you have the V-pad to go through the attack of the enemy and avoid you from, you know, protect you from dying. Because the 3rd skill gives you a protection here for 5 seconds, but until you go through, you know, 3, cancel 5, delay, cancel 4, and all your 4th skill ends, you're not protected. You can get instant killed from purple attacks. Purple attacks, you know, penetrates the immunity you have here, so you need to move your character. So I'm gonna show you the fact, you know, why I get excited about Sharon. I'm gonna show you a specific stage. It's stage Gene 71, guys. Gene 71 with level 80. I'm gonna show you, you know, smaller stages. I'm gonna show you examples on how to use if you use the one way Sharon, how much damage to produce, and if you use here bud. But also I want to compare here only with one character, which is Psylocke, another paywall, tier 4 with a busted build. You can see my build is barely normal, you know. See his other build 100%. Yeah, I have like a 6-star artifact on here. I was lucky, I had this really long time. They reworked it also, and I just equipped a mighty destruction because I felt like she needs this garbage community, or else she has only super armor through this passive. So sometimes you find yourself casting your 6th skill or your 4th skill and you're getting interrupted from boss, from weird attacks. So I believe this, you know, helps the most. Another option is energy, but you need to understand that an energy gives you chain hit damage as a bonus. Well, she has already chain hit damage on her kit. As you can see here, she has already 25%. And if you go into a mighty energy or a normal energy, the max you can find it's 30% on proc. So every time you proc, you get 5% extra chain hit, because chain hit does not stack as it seems after abomination uniform. So, you know, the energy is not giving you a lot, giving you the pierce reduction, of course. You know, if you have this one, no, lies, yes, this one, you decrease the pierce with an 6% and an extra percentage from your instinct, which is good. But as it seems, the one I have equipped, you know, mighty destruction, helps you more with this buff. They add this buff into her uniform also, but it's 10% and it stacks. So, you know, feels like the garbage community and the fact that I told you right now helps here produce more damage with my destruction. And let me show you the stage I was really surprised with here. So I was like, how I can use here, you know, how I can get value through here. And in this stage, as you can see, I'm using Riri Williams as the leadership, which you know, gives you an extra passive ability. Here I stayed inside, I could move with my 4th skill. I was trying to play with the character, you know, I'm figuring out still how to play with Sharon after all these years. She's not easy. But you can see here, I'm going into her attacks. I'm trying to get hit by these fire attacks here. And here I didn't press my 4th skill. The best way to go into your tier 3 is do your 4th skill also, because the 4th skill gives you an extra boost on your damage. It's like 60%, so it's really cool. Here you're getting the fires, and you can see I produce a ton of damage. At level 80, stage 71, it's really hard with the most of the characters. But the downside here is that Jean Grey's bar, you know, the one that moves, gets charged while she attacks you and you get the attacks. So because with Sharon you want to get attacks, she enables faster the phase that she goes into the, how it's called, the danger room phase or whatever. But you can see here, I'm able to clear this boss. If I play better, you know, I'm able to clear this boss. And this is really impressive, guys. This is really impressive. And you can see here, let's say that I was able to go into the next phase, but it's half a bar. But the point is to show you that in 1 minute and 30 seconds, I was able to go into the next phase, or 30 bar mark, let's say. And let me show you what my best character for this stage, you know, it's the character that I have actually cleared stage 70. Here I'm using Riri Williams and Wasp because there are not other supports in this specific day. It's only female and human, or female blast, I think female blast, yes. So there are not alternatives to use here. It's only Riri Williams and Wasp. And I'm using Wasp for the HP to boost my HP and boost my accumulation. But let me show you what my Psylocke with a full busted build, Mighty Raids, full Odin's Blessing, Mythic Uniform, tier 4, you know, tier 4 compared to level 80. Let me show you what she's able to do. And of course you need to consider that with here I can use double support, lead, you know, Ancient One gives here support buff, gives here leadership. And I tried my best, you know, I tried my best. You can see she pulled out 7 bars while Jean Grey at level 80 was pulling out something like 5 bars. And let me show you the end of the fight. I don't want you to go through all the fight. Of course, I would play better for sure, but I would play better with Sharon too. And Sharon, as you can see, it's more important to play perfect because the more you accumulate, the more damage you produce. So it's exactly the same mark, 15 seconds faster. So a max build Psylocke, you know, is able to do only 15 seconds faster compared to Sarah Rogers level 80 with a bare minimum build. And this is really impressive. This is really impressive if you consider Psylocke carried me through stage 70 previously, and now I am stuck in 71. I haven't played a lot, to be honest, but yes, you can figure out how strong Sharon can be. And that makes me, you know, being excited about this character. I'm not gonna tier 4 the character because you need to want a character that it's only for World Boss Legend and only specific stages and only specific game style, you know. If they add other game modes, add another Alliance Battle like Alliance Battle Super Legendary or something, you know, they could make the enemy produce damage so you can accumulate. For every single game mode that you need to burst or you need to go through, you know, spam and stuff like that, you can't go through a Sharon because she's gonna fail to deliver damage. And I have some examples here. Let's go into GBR and show you how to play with Sharon proper and how to fail playing with Sharon. So GBR is another game mode that you can find yourself with Sharon having success. Here he throw the fire, but I wanted to charge my Mighty Destruction. Here I'm getting myself into the fire, and because of that I was able to accumulate damage, and with one rotation I pulled out half of the HP of the first phase. Is this impressive for you? Yeah, I mean, it's a Mighty Destruction, it's not a raids, and there are a lot of characters are able to do that, but the point of showing you GBR is just to show you how much of a difference there is between using the skills proper, like here, you know, I weighed the fire, I took the damage, with my third skill I did the accumulation that needed, and then I produced some damage. Here exactly the same, I'm trying to play as better as I can, and with a normal rotation the tier 3 skill produced 9 bars worth of damage. So remember, 9 bars worth of damage with a normal rotation, and then 1 bar with my normal rotation without accumulate. You saw there? 1 only bar. Here I'm getting some damage, so I'm producing 4 bars. 3 bars actually. So from doing 1 bar, if I accumulate a bit more, I'm, you know, exploding into 4 to 5 bars. Here my tier 3 also managed to accumulate. Your tier 3 also has damage reduction, so allows you to stay into the tier 3, get more damage, accumulate more damage. During your tier 3 you actually accumulate with 100% more rate, So while you're using your tier 3, you're able to get maximum damage for your third skill accumulation. Here, as you can see, I hit with a normal rotation and I remove like 6 to 7 bars. And let me show you now with just popping a normal rotation there without accumulation. You can see it's not even 1 bar. And this is the fact that makes me believe that this character is not friendly for new players, you know. The new players have to learn the mechanic of accumulation, you know, take damage, survive the damage, manage to avoid all this stuff and manage to proc, you know. I feel like there are way easier and way better characters for everyone to go through. ROGERS is not new player friendly. ROGERS is a pain, but if you manage to play proper with her, you can do miracles, no joke guys. She is close to my tier 4s at level 80 and this is really impressive. But let's go to a world boss legend that actually, you know, it's something everyone should already be at. It's Knull, and the stage I have, it's like stage 80 I think. Let me show you. Knull has the first phase that it's really hard to accumulate damage, but for the next phases, you know, you can go there and accumulate a ton of damage because he's attacking you all the time. Here, as you can see, I didn't accumulate any damage, and with my mighty distraction I did only 6 bars. But let me show you what you're able to pull out if, yeah, here I'm still normal proc without accumulation, less than 3 bars. And I think here, yeah, it's here. He do an attack there, a massive attack, and my tier 3 allows me to accumulate a lot of damage. So you can see, it's stage 84 actually. It's no joke for not having a tier 4 character. But yes, it's Knull, it's the easiest world boss legend. One thing it's minus, it's that here 4th skill does not have a knife frame ignore, so you can't actually press the 4th skill and believe that you're gonna still hit the boss while he is coming down from his throne. As you can see here, he is following me and starting to hit me, so the more hits I get, the more damage I accumulate. And that's why even if I get into the second phase, which the defenses of Knull are bigger now, I produce more damage because he's also doing more damage to me, and I'm taking advantage of the 3rd skill there to you know, to produce more damage myself. There I got guard broken somehow, even if I have immunity from my mighty distraction, somehow my 4th skill got cancelled. Yeah, it's not like you're gonna struggle to do the stage, but you can see it's no joke. It's no joke. I mean, you need to play proper. And here I was trying to go into the next phase, but yeah. Also, something negative here is that in the moments like in the end of Kang, the end of Kang boss or the end of Knull, you have to do burst damage to the boss, and the boss is not attacking you because they're standing still and they're casting the spell. Like here, you know, Knull is standing still there, it's not doing anything, and the only thing that gives you damage is actually the poisons, the cyclones and all this stuff. But you can see that that was enough for me to clear the stage with 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Inside 2 minutes and 15 seconds and 2 minutes and 45 seconds left. If I let it, yeah, I'm gonna complete, but I didn't want to play now this specific day. So the moment I saw that she was able to do Gene 71, I was like, you know what, let's try her in Kang 2. For Kang, I feel like she has less, you know, less time as level 80. Kang is really hard for level 80 characters actually. I know people that have complete really high stages like Bob Serge for you know, for Kang with level 80, but I'm talking about for the average dude. You know, you need tier 4 characters to produce damage, you need tier 4 characters to have great success. So here my Sharon was kind of struggling, and it's not like she can do easily 64, but I feel like she can do it. She can do it perhaps with a better build, a bit more HP, a bit more energy attack. She could do it. But yes, Kang is a pain. it's not like he's doing stable damage like Jean Grey that throws you fires and stuff like that. He's doing different kind of damage, and you need to avoid it most of the times. You know, it's the purple attacks that can instant kill you, or the rest of the attacks are not producing a lot of damage, so you can't actually accumulate a lot of damage. You can see here, I went through the first phase with 40 seconds, and it's not impressive at all. But yes, I just want to show you the clip. I had it, so why not? Overall, as I told you, I believe like Mighty Distraction is the best CDP for her. If you consider that Raids needs you to spam and you don't want to spam with the character, if you consider that Judgment gives you, elemental damage and she doesn't have elemental damage, and also the other PV CDP energy gives you buffs that you already have with your character, I feel like Mighty Distraction, and secondly, Mighty Energy or Normal Energy. For Mighty Distraction is a must-have. Mighty, if you have Normal Distraction, does not add nothing more than an obelisk. You can use here with an obelisk too. I used to have an obelisk on here, but yes, that's because I'm not using here. I just use here right now, and I wanted to give here something good to show you here. So yeah, C is impressive, the damage is impressive. Do I like the way that happens? No, I don't like it at all. I really don't feel like there is no one in the world must get this uniform, Only perhaps these 100 dudes that pushing World Boss Legend, and they have here tier 4, and yeah, the rest of us, the people does not gonna need here for anything anytime soon. If the devs drop a new game mode, something and you feel like C is a must-have, I'm sure her previous uniform could produce similar damage if you have here tier 4. If not exactly the same, if you play perfect. Of course, perhaps they nerf the previous uniform. They do that a lot of times. Sometimes you see that they drop a payroll uniform, and the moment they drop the payroll uniform, the previous uniform underperforms now. But something that, perhaps people are superstitious about it. I haven't the knowledge because I'm not playing Sharon. I don't like Sharon. C is impressive for sure, but yeah. Only if they drop something new to include here as a meta character, I would go tier 4 here. Or else I'm gonna wait for another character to drop and tier 4 this character like Psylocke or someone else, So yeah, that was it, my opinion on Sarah Rogers. Cool, but not cool in the same time, She's a queen, but she doesn't have a throne actually, because she's just good for some World Boss Legend, and that's not enough in my mind to go and spend $20 or spend the tier 4 materials to tier 4 here. So I hope I help you decide what you're gonna do with this bad girl. See you into the next. Thank you for being here. Kisses in your faces.